Hey there, ho there, hi there. This is the Keys bartender coming to you from Key Largo. I'm here with Jenna Kelly.
Hello, everyone.
And Tyler's
He's taking out the garbage.
Housekeeping. Let me turn the music down. God, I didn't have the music on.
Oh, you didn't?
I didn't have the music on. There it goes.
Maybe you should sing a little ditty
Look
instead.
At this. They're gonna. You know what? This is what the production stuff's gonna really help us with right here. I'm gonna pull down that music right now. I wonder how loud that is. There it is. I'm gonna pull it up. Oh, there it is. That's our music. Dude, why is that coming out now? It shouldn't. Okay, we're back.
We're back.
Yes, and you said hello already, and we are in Key Largo right now. It's a rainy day.
It is a rainy day. It was like one of those off and on rainy days where it sprinkled and it just downpoured. It was crazy. It was like typhoon.
We're going to have, I'll talk to you what I said earlier about what the content of the conversation. I'm not going to give you context, listeners, if you are listening, but I had a meeting today with a broadcaster, a friend of mine, Mark Mills.
Yes.
Yeah, and we discussed some business dealings and...
podcasts.
Yeah, and Mark Mills, when I
business.
first came down here, Mark Mills was on the morning radio, and he was great. It was just... You hear his voice; he has a pleasant voice about him, and you read the paper, and he wouldn't just read the paper; he'd go in depth and going through his interpretation of what's going on. It was well thought of. Not everyone agreed with his, let's say, his philosophy or his political outlook, but he was easy to talk to. It was never too harsh. But he's great, and as a matter of fact, he wants a representation on his show, and then we'll promote him on his on our show before. And
that sounds like a deal to me.
That date I saw, the date we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That's It's enforceable after it's signed.
Oh.
But there's still things we need to talk about, and I won't talk about it right now on the air.
Now we don't need to talk about that stuff on the air.
Yeah.
We need to talk about cool, funny shit on the air.
Yeah,
That's
or try to.
Well, or try
I'm
to.
fucking always trying to attempt to be funny.
You're pretty funny. You don't usually have to try very
I know. It's been a bane of mine growing up from the time, I'm walking around with PJs with not wearing underwear and having my weenie hanging out.
Zip up? Oh, you had zip up?
Zip up.
Oh,
I didn't have zip up thing. Oh, no.
You had zip ups? Like the
no, zip ups. No, they were just loose.
Oh.
Loose front pajamas. And
makes me think of that.
One time I wasn't thinking
something
right.
About Mary.
I'm talking to my babysitter. I think we're playing like Trouble or something like that. One of those things you have to. Is my phone going off?
I have no idea.
Oh, I think I have a show going on my phone.
I have no idea.
Yes.
Your show?
I got to turn it off. Oh, you bastard. Yeah, I'm hearing my voice coming out of my pocket.
As you take
that could
your
be
giant
my penis.
phone.
That's my penis talking to me.
As you take your giant phone out of your holster.
It's not a giant phone. It's a regular sized phone. Let me turn this off. Come
Guys,
on,
he has a holster. It's kind of like a fanny pack for your phone, but it's on the side.
It's a holster. It's because you don't want to put a guy. You're going to walk around with your phone like a purse, or have a utility belt.
Maybe
it's not a man. I don't have
It does look like a utility belt, but with a phone in it instead of a hammer.
A hammer, yeah. It's when you're wearing jeans, where are you going to put the phone? Some guys stick it in their back pocket, but
yeah, but then he might.
Holy shit! It's still playing.
Is it really?
Oh my god! Oh guys,
Jim's having a day.
I am having. No, I'm not having a day. It's just I don't want to hear what is going on.
So
it's off.
It's off now. It's off.
Stay off, damn
every time
you.
you put it back in the holster, I think maybe
it
you're
comes back on or something.
Or something.
I'm rubbing it the wrong way.
Rubbing it the wrong way.
I forgot what I entitled this. Oh, just saying. Just saying. That's the title. Just saying. Yeah, I'm hearing voices. No, it was. I did. Did we talk about the thing? The weirdest thing ever said to you?
The weirdest thing
behind a bar
that you've ever said to me?
No, that there's a group I belong to. It's on Facebook. I won't say the name. I got to get permission. And the nice thing about it, I didn't write down direct saying, so I'll be paraphrasing it.
Okay.
But I've heard them all before. None of them are real interesting. I mean, they're all interesting. It's funny. It's all interesting and funny. But there's nothing new that I've been seeing. Hey, I feel a little wet.
Are you getting sprinkled on?
I don't mind me. I worry about the...
the equipment? I don't see any sprinkles getting on the equipment.
I feel it coming towards my hands.
Your hands are a good 5 feet away from the equipment.
Yeah, let me move this a little closer in here. I'll move this to you. Here we go. That's it.
There we go.
That's it, and we're good. We're not doing any other extra motion.
You got yourself all set up now?
So on this, every so often someone puts up a post and says, some guy came in, I was working one night, he said this weird thing to me. And it's normally a girl bartender, a female bartender. Oh, God, I'm going to watch my whole thing. You know what? In the last, in the last 4 months, being told that I'm 55 years old, yes. You know, Joe Biden got in trouble for like kissing the back of someone's head. I did all that shit. Oh my God. Nothing. No, I didn't do Clinton-esque or Trumpian things. You know, grabbing them by the...
and Clinton-esque, like you haven't been leaving your brand on people's
or anything like
undresses.
That. I didn't do that or Harvey Weinstein or all the... or Matt Lauer, or
do you see
the guy from Fox.
The great T-shirts that they're coming out with, though, like the Biden T-shirts, where they have like a picture of a hand that goes right under the breast of a female, and it's like
I don't think he did that.
A hand on
the back of the head.
Oh, no, he touches them. He always grabs their waist or just above their waist and puts his hand in the front, and he holds these girls.
He does that with guys too.
Bring them back to him so he can whisper in their ears.
He does that. He did that. He did that to Obama too.
He's a very...
He goes like, "I love you, man," and lean in there right into your ear. And he's a touchy-feely.
He's a touchy-feely.
Yeah, it's always like he has a couple drinks under his belt and he's just ready to go. You know,
he's
but
just a toucher.
In the bar business, you get some weirdos coming and say shit to you, and my things aren't as interesting. You know, girls, I don't know if I can see what talk about, but girls have made offers to do, do things for me before. Not so much at the recent places I work, but Gilbert's was like the Wild West. It was like I'm holy shit. I said, I guess because the keys skew a little older than, let's say, Miami or South Beach, and I guess it was 10 years ago, or I've been down here 12 years since I was in my mid to early 40s. And you get some propositions from people, and they be very explicit
like
what they would do.
Like what? Like, for example, like if what do they say? Like, can I have a free drink and I'll let you suck on my toes? Like, what is the actual...
No. I'm staying here over tonight. One girl, and she said, they told me exactly what she'd do for me. She said she'd blow me. Yeah, and I mean, it wasn't, even if I was a like mind at the time.
She wasn't somebody that you would want to blow you.
No, I wasn't drinking at the time either, so I didn't have that it's a leave for inhibitions. You know, we have pain relievers. Alcohol is the leave for inhibitions.
It lasts 12 hours.
Oh, well, you're not exactly, and I'm not saying I've been there a couple times where, like, what the hell? I'm just like, when you start sobering up, when the bar's closed at 2 in the morning, and someone said, let's go and eat. You know what, sweetheart, you shouldn't have said that. Gave me an opportunity. I'm sure there's plenty of guys said, hey, let's go and eat something before we go back to your house. And the girls are eating, and all of a sudden they go, no, how about we not go back to the house? Let me put it in that sense. Yeah, is that
they're like, now that...
Yeah, they're going like, well, he kind of had that look of Richard Gere. Let's say a woman, well, it reminded me of Richard Gere. And all of a sudden, you go, oh, you look like the guy from Sweating to the Oldies. What was his?
Richard Simmons.
Not Richard Gere. Richard Simmons, I meant.
Oh.
And I thought you looked like Richard, a famous Richard. And I must have thought you were...
You look like a famous dick.
You're eating your French onion soup, and you just see Richard Simmons at you with his like a little fro going and all that. Nothing wrong with his fro was bad.
His fro was bad.
He had a bad fro.
He's like off the grid now. Something happened
No,
with him.
supposedly he always comes back and says he's not dead. I think 2 years ago he came out on social media and
yeah,
said,
like
he didn't come out on social media. He admitted that he was.
well, he's been
out.
He's been out as gay for a very long time, but he was
Like
the funniest co-host of oh
Stern?
gosh, whose line is it anyway?
Yeah.
With Drew Carey,
Yeah.
and all those guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely hilarious.
Richard Simmons was funny?
It's funny.
Did he wear shorty shorts?
He did, and they were acting like they were human props.
He always looks like, and Stern always said he was wearing it so, someone would start hanging out. But I don't think it hung all the way down there. We got a long mic cord for you. I think the third one's the longest.
Yes, the third one is the longest. So we have mic number 3 over here
We'll
when Tyler's done eating his
we'll talk about yesterday.
His crackers.
Yesterday, there's nothing interesting happened.
Well,
Something will eventually happen.
You got to talk.
You get to learn. You'll learn a lot about me. You'll learn a lot about me, but you already knew that about me.
Give the
what
listeners,
I'm going to learn about.
Give the listeners a little premise here.
Well, I'm going to give you a preface of what we're going to talk about later, but I think we'll finish up that weird conversation first. Because what the preface is, Tyler is now coming to work at the same place I work, and he was. It's all right to say he knows the restaurant business. He didn't train as a bartender yet, and training. Like I said, there's all these guys on these sites talk about going to bartending school and stuff like that. If you ever want to, it's a good way to get to know drinks. It's a bad way to become a bartender. Because you got people say bartender, and when you talk to an experienced bartender and they talk to someone from bartending school, it's like. Or it's like if you're a captain, a boat captain, and said, well, I graduated from the Coast Guard Academy. And there's fine sailors graduated from the Coast Guard Academy, but that doesn't necessarily make you what you do, essentially what you do. Bartending schools train good bartenders for bartending schools. If you're going to bartend at a bartending school.
Right.
You need that. The last time someone asked for a Harvey Wallbanger. They teach you a Harvey Wallbanger. You know what a Harvey Wallbanger is? Don't worry. Don't worry about it.
Nobody knows it.
An old fashions show up in these martini bars and stuff like that. That's something. But you learn that as you go. And every so often there was some fucking dude. We'll get to that. We will get to that. Well, you know what? I just want to finish that one thing. But I got to get to that. So, and then we'll get to bartending.
Okay,
school.
so jump back to the weirdest things that people have ever said to you, right?
With the blowjob.
Okay.
One guy. A guy said it to me. He's in his late 60s, mid 60s, and he says, I have a bar in Fort Lauderdale, and I get bartenders to come, and they can live with me. And I'm like, oh. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird, you know? And he goes, I'm gay. So the guys aren't necessarily gay, but I like to have them. And I go, well, hold it right there. I don't have a problem with it. And I thought it was really nice that he said it. He said it right away, and I said, "Well, I don't." The idea was bartending in Fort Lauderdale. I was in Key Largo. You're going to put me up. I'm going to get, and I'm thinking, oh man, there's plenty of AA meetings up there. I was sober at the time, so I think, oh my God, the amount of women I'd meet, it'd be great, because I and actually younger than me and close to my age too, in the Keys, though, it's now I'm 55. I'm the younger guy in the group at 55. So that one, the guy offered me a place to stay. The fucking guy with the baseballs. The weirdest thing, the guy with the baseballs says, offered. He says, well, he segued. He started talking about sports, showing pictures of how he was. This guy, how he was friends with famous athletes. And he goes, well, if you ever need a bet, take a bet or anything, then think of me. Here's my card. You want us to be your go-between as a bookie. He wants to become a bookie. So he's going to. So then he decides to leave 3 balls with us. And he says, if anybody famous comes in, get him to sign him. He goes, we don't get a lot of ball players coming in, or baseball players, necessarily. And with baseball and stuff like that, unless you're really into baseball, fucking, you know A-Rod when he comes in. If A-Rod came walking in with Jennifer Lopez, no big deal. Yeah, we're gonna know who he is. Or who else? Who else would I know? I really wouldn't know much of anybody else. They could come in there. I'm sure there's Dolphins players. There was the tight end came in, his wife, big, good-looking black dude who was on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
I know, but that guy I recognize more likely the NFL players. So when the guy told me get these balls signed by someone famous, I said, I don't know a lot of baseball. It doesn't have to be baseball players. And that's where we got everyone to sign the balls. And I think Tyler signed it, Jenna signed it, and then Holly, who my partner, got all pissed off. She goes, he's going to get pissed off that you got them signed. He left them for me. They're expensive balls, blah, 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 blah. I said, what was his greatest thing he thought was going to happen? That someone famous was going to come in and we were going to give him the ball? Did anybody ever do that? He's got to leave like 100 balls someplace to get one signature. And so I went and bought new balls for her that weren't signed because I had every regular person in there making the balls. And Holly took those balls and I said, those balls are mine now. I gave you new balls. You give me my balls back. That was
Holly took your balls.
She took my balls.
That really explains a lot.
She took the old balls and the new balls. Right.
Holly is my midget friend. She's very tiny like me. We are both like 4'11". She cracks me up.
How tall are you?
4'11".
You're 4'11"?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow, okay. I didn't.
I mean, I lie.
I
say I'm 5 foot. That's what it says in my driver's license.
Kim, another server there, they argue over who's taller. And you see Kim wears Herman Munster shoes.
Yeah,
that are like
the really
3
thick.
inches. Yeah,
so like the old school nursing
fucking
shoes.
heightening the little. I hate to say it, I get in trouble. This is why someone suggested today that we become an LLC, just in case I said midget on the air.
Well, yes,
and because that wouldn't be midget, it would be a little person.
A little person.
No, but I said you guys are sounding like the arguments of one of the Munchkins have, over going Yellow Brick Road.
Okay, but you can't call someone a midget, but you can call them a Munchkin, or you can call them a troll. I mean, I don't know. I've been called so many things.
A troll isn't necessarily tiny.
I've been
I'd be a gnome. I think a gnome.
Or
a gnome or an elf.
Elf, yes.
An elf. The Keebler elves come to mind. Or Santa elves, they're all around.
Yeah.
You see them. And there's a couple guys, there's a couple little people that do. There was a dude that came in with, they're always paired up. A little dude is always paired up with a big dude. He came in and the little dude was in charge.
Oh, really? Well, that's how we usually are.
Bellies up to the bar. And the thing about the stools, that's the great thing about the stools. It's a little closer to the bar. But the beer is still, he's not having to drop the beer below the bar to drink it.
Right. Well, see, now, I'm technically not a little person, in quotes, because I think I would have to be...
I think you have to be 4'6".
4'6" or 4'8" or something like that, so I'm just a couple inches over. And of course, I don't have dwarfism. I'm just a very small
That's the difference. There's dwarfism. That's where you have the midget, the little person, dwarfism. You have.
But isn't a midget and dwarfism the same?
Different. No,
it's different.
No, one
so
has.
I wonder,
similar,
Mom, you have to strike in on this one. What's the difference?
Dwarfism is the most common of. I think the most common
of the little people.
Of little people, but then you have the people that are proportionally the same.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say because dwarfism usually still have like an average size head or skull or whatever, but then your arms and your legs, like your torso's long, but then your limbs are short. Yeah. Right. But a midget.
Foreshortened in legs.
I don't know. We have to chime in with Mom. I'll have to ask her about
Maybe
that.
We'll have to find someone.
Because Mom's a nurse and she knows all that weird stuff. But all I know is that technically I am a full-grown human and I'm not a midget and I don't have dwarfism. But I am still not quite 5 feet tall.
I mean, as a taller person, I get called any big galoot, you ogre, Frankenpenis. No, that's not me.
Frankenpenis. You just made that up.
I just made that up. I was just at a loss for some of the nicknames.
You know, like my first
There's
husband.
There was a show called Veep, and they had a whole bunch of lines insulting this guy who's around 6'7". That was it. Yeah. But okay, what?
My first husband is 6'4".
Jack and the Giant Jack Off. That's it. Jack and the Giant Jack Off. Instead of Jack and the Giant Jack Off. They didn't call me that.
Instead of
That was
Jack
the guy.
and the
That was the guy
Beans-
Jonah.
Beanstalk, yeah.
Jonah from thing. Jack and the Giant. Jack the Giant Jerk Off. And there was or something like that. And but yeah, you get everyone for one particular, whatever your particular aspect of your being is. You have a friend that will make fun of it, right?
Yeah.
Whatever it is,
course.
you know. I am knock-kneed.
Knock-kneed.
Yeah, so I'm walking. People say, "Are you all right? You having a problem? Or you drink too much?" So I'm knock-kneed. I'm always looking. It looks like I look like one of those Imperial. If you know Star Wars,
Yes.
Imperial walkers.
Yeah.
And they get hit from the side, and
Your
they go
knees
like
are
this.
wiggling.
And I got powerful legs. I'll say that I do have powerful legs.
Well, I would
'Cause
hope so. You teach a spin class.
I know, and I'm a bartender, and I do a lot of running and stuff like that. But it's still knock-kneed and stuff. It kind of the knees. It's just the way it is, and the way you'd have to get them fixed is you break them, and then I said no, I'm not that. Even when I had a regular healthcare plan, I'm not that
Vain.
that I had to do it.
Yes.
I'm saying, well, I'm not. There was every time you see I'm not super tall. I'm only 6'4". Super tall starts. I think that starts above 6'7".
Isn't that I was going to say 6'7"?
6'7". I mean, there's people up there 7'8", 7'9". There was a guy that was 8'11", the tallest guy in the world.
Yeah, but didn't he die from that condition?
Because of a heart. But
Yeah.
then when they get older, I mean, it's just gravity kills you, man. When the bigger you are, Andre the Giant, shit like that.
Right.
I always say when someone's shorter, I say, you are shorter people are built for space travel. They should be sent to outer space, and I mean because they have limited space or spaceships.
That's true. And you know what else
and
is
there's
weird
submarines
about
and everything.
short people? I have never met a short person that isn't
intelligent.
No. Well, no. I mean, no. I've met some dumb little ones.
Oh, okay.
No, but
Okay.
I'm very flexible.
Sexually active?
I'm very
Okay.
flexible. Like
I just when you
It
I
is-
love when you put I have
you
a new
never
thing.
know.
When you don't know what you're going to say. I go
you
like
never
this.
know.
I like to
okay,
fill this
so
spot.
sexually
Flexible.
Sexually active.
Right,
Is
right.
that what we were talking about?
A little person that's real flexible.
I'm very flexible. Like
oh yeah, but little people are like bodybuilders.
But is a little person like technically like a person that has dwarfism or whatever? Are they as flexible as me, who's someone who doesn't have it? Because like it's crazy. Like I am so
I don't
ridiculously
see why they
flexible.
wouldn't be if it's a nature of their ligaments extending
really
their ligaments.
tall people usually are not that flexible.
Christian Leitner, he was a guy. He was some jerk off that played for some white
Christian
guy.
Leitner. He played for
Minnesota.
the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah. But he was hated.
Yeah.
He was hated. I was cocky son of a bitch. But he was 6'11",
Yeah.
and he could walk on his hands. Walk on his hands. 6'11".
Yeah, but that's
You see the fungus. No, but when you
not
see
being
if
flexible.
you saw what?
that's not being flexible.
Well, that's dexterity,
It
and
is.
dexterity lends itself to other things like flexibility.
Right.
You gotta
Like
be
I have
someone-
really impeccable balance, but that just has to do with my hearing. But like balance walking on your
your
hands.
middle
that's-
ear
Right.
because
But-
you could be totally deaf and
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah,
I'm
I
like
have
I
great balance.
like race motocross. I ride motorcycles. I have like really great balance.
Mhm.
But the I think that like the taller people are, it seems like the less flexible typically they are. Like their tendons and their like everything is so stretched out. Like most people cannot stand up. Tall people cannot touch their toes. If you're standing up and you bend over,
I can do it.
Can you
I can
touch
do
your
it.
toes?
Oh, yeah.
I can bend over and put my flat hands on the
I
ground.
know. I mean,
Almost to my elbows.
I truly believe with stretching and stuff like that, it's a matter of practice.
But for
Unless
people
you're
don't have-
so advanced, so what would you call that? When you just lay about and all that stuff. When you're
like when you're just like kind of like a lazy vegetable that doesn't do
what's that
anything?
called?
I don't know. Sexually active?
That's like, no, you said that before. When you're not. Oh, Christ. Okay. Once again, early onset Alzheimer's. Fucking bitch. It is fucking bitch.
Jim's dementia's
That's the
kicking
wrong
in.
thing. But someone is not. I think it's someone who's not physically
active,
and
right?
but that flexibility. You could be physically active and not be flexible. You could be. There's tons of guys that are buff, big,
right?
And you try to watch them try to scratch. Go do one of these.
Yeah, and then
get your hand. See, I can get
he's
my
reaching
hand.
his arm behind his back like he's trying to itch.
I can get all the way down.
Or his itch between his shoulder.
Yeah.
blades.
I mean, there's
right.
virtually any. I can pretty much reach almost any place on my back, which is very important for you. If you're
do you have any weird
things in your
talents?
ass.
Not to like just squirrel on you, but do you have any weird talents that
Nope.
people don't know?
Nope.
Because I was watching the Graham
No
Norton.
specific skill. I mean, I can do all the weird things like where some people can't curl their tongue, and sometimes I
Okay.
do the nose touch, and I
You can
usually
do the nose
that
touch.
Vulcan mind meld thing. The thing.
You can do the nose touch with your tongue?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see it.
I haven't. It's stretching.
See? It's stretching. See? You need to practice. You can, yep,
See?
he's doing it. Now, I can stick
No,
my
but the
tongue
more you
up
do it.
my nose.
Okay. It's not funny.
It's not funny. Want to see?
Oh, she does. She's getting it up to. Oh, yeah, and it's higher than the center. I guess it's called the septum right under. Is it the septum under?
As my husband's in the
yeah.
in the peanut
Is that
gallery
what turned you
laughing at
on?
us right now.
No.
So, ooh, baby, I want me some of that.
I don't know if he's
Stick
ever
that
really
tongue up my
complained
nose.
about my tongue
Oh.
before. It's just that it's very accurate.
Okay, hey, we just wasted.
It's pointy.
So this is, I guess, some of the weird stuff we spoke about. But Tyler started getting acquainted behind a bar. I hate to
Yes.
say even training, because actually the way I learned to bartend, and is I lied first.
Yes, well, and your
Said I was a bartender. You
your
didn't
beer
lie.
looks empty too.
You didn't lie.
Would you like me to get you one?
Yes.
Okay, I will.
I
You keep
lied
talking.
first, and then I went and took a test at the place I went and applied for, and I had never really made a drink before, and I wrote all the drinks in a little black book.
Still got
I
that
was
black
dumb
book?
enough. No, I lost it. Yeah, I even wrote down gin and tonic. If I could believe it. I mean, a screwdriver.
You're out of Bush.
Oh,
Little
that's
light,
Yeah. Do we have any regular
non-light beer.
Yeah.
Or
There's
like a-
Corona in the
Oh,
other
no,
fridge.
that's good.
This is good.
Coors regular?
I got Coors.
Okay,
Oh, that's
okay, I'm
awesome.
getting that.
Well, no, Coors Light. Yeah, it's Coors Light.
It's light. Coors.
I'm good. Yeah. I'll drink. Thank you. Beggars can't be choosers. I appreciate this. This is very nice. So Tyler came. He was very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Just some things with when it comes to bartending. You 80% of the drinks are call, meaning they tell you what they want in it.
Right. That's
even-
what I was saying.
Yeah. I mean, a vodka cranberry with lime is called a Cape Cod. No one orders a Cape Cod.
They say, "Could I have a vodka
The
cranberry with lime?" Right.
And they tell you exactly what they want. You don't have to ask. Most drinks have ice on it unless it's a martini, right? So if someone orders a rum and coke, you put it on ice. If that guy didn't want ice on it, or her, fuck you. That's
the
an
weirdest thing in the
important
world,
thing.
man.
It's like, I don't want, hey, listen, give me a 7-7, but don't pour it in that glass. Pour it in my hand. I got a big, I hold my drinks and I drink out of my hand. Well, you got to fucking tell me that.
Right.
Here, come over here. Or you got a special bag you want, or special straw, or you don't like a straw, or you only like 7 ice cubes, or I like certain types of lemon. They tell you.
We were just talking about this with our friend Tina because she was doing she used to own a bar in on Pine Island, and but by Bokeelia, Florida. Sorry, Jim.
I have a drinking problem.
Jim has a hole in his lip right
I
now.
started drinking the beer and it started before it got to my
running
mouth.
down his body.
You know what? I wear this. I wear the dry fit.
Yes.
So when it gets
when
wet,
you spill your drinks, it just rolls onto your pants and it makes it look like you wet yourself instead.
well, I don't care about that. At 55, you don't really worry about it. Look
So-
at you. Get Tyler's in his
Tyler's in the hammock
Say hi,
chair.
Tyler.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. So we can move everything close to you. Remember in, what was it, in Men in Black, where he had to fill out the test? When he showed up to take the test to become a Man in Black, and there was all the guys, those soldiers there.
Oh, yeah.
And
They were in the egg chairs.
and he moved the table next to him instead of trying to write on his leg. That's what you look like, the guys trying to write on their legs.
Yeah.
So no, Tyler came in, and I guess I just hit him with whatever wisdom I have when it comes to drinks. Is like most of the people are going to tell you what to drink. The couple drinks out there you may want to know is down here is like the margarita, the pina colada, and then there's the rum runner that comes up. I mean, I had the hardest time trying to. Everyone has different drinks from where they come from,
Right.
And every so often there's a new one that comes about, like some from the mid-Atlantic states. There's one called the Orange Crush. It's orange vodka, a squeeze a half orange, triple sec, and Sprite. Not hard. It's orange, so that kind of gives you. Most of them have names. Others like shots, like a redheaded slut.
Oh
Or-
yeah, the shots have weird names.
They have weird names, and there's
buttery
one called
nipple.
a great buttery. Well, the buttery nipple is butterscotch, and maybe Bailey's, and vodka, I think,
I wouldn't
something
know.
like that. But hey, if you made it, no one fucking needs it. If you're doing a shot, you're downing it.
Yeah.
So what do you give? I want it to taste exactly like that for a half a second.
What's in a
before I
kamikaze?
puke it all up?
What's in a kamikaze? Like raspberry kamikaze. I like those.
Well, okay, a basic. Listen, you'll be able to make an orange kamikaze, a strawberry kamikaze after I give you this one. Vodka, triple sec, and lime juice. That's a kamikaze.
But then with the flavors.
4 parts vodka, 1 part.
Different flavor vodkas. is what
yeah.
we use.
Oh, you just use different flavor
Yeah,
vodkas?
exactly.
Oh.
Unless you want to make it like a frou-frou one where you can go, like, how would you do that? If you wanted to make it from scratch, throw some raspberries in a muddle them up.
Yeah.
You can make it perfect then, and stuff like that. It's more, it's going to piss off. To become a good bartender is not very hard. To become a great bartender, let's see, with drinks, making all these drinks, I'm not there. I'm a good bartender. Where I'm fun, I try to entertain the people, I know how to do the food service quickly, I can handle different types of personality. Now, there's other people that come in, and there was a guy when I was working at this place, Bummy's, great guy, but he was all about his special bitters he made and all this stuff he brought in, and he was squeezing all this stuff, and he got hired, and the poor guy, I didn't go with his program. I guess they hired him as, I said, after he got hired, I was there for like 6 months. They said, well, he's the head bartender. I said, you didn't say that to me. I said, you were supposed to, I was supposed to be the head bartender. I told you I wasn't interested in it. But you don't really need a head bartender because you don't have a really bar crowd yet. So he was doing all these things, and we're going to do it this way. I said, no. I got hired here before you for this thing, unless the owner comes and tells me. And they did. They backed off. And I felt kind of bad for the guy. I wish I just went along with it in the beginning, because I would have learned something. The guy was a craftsman when it comes to that. But the one thing he didn't do, he didn't have the gift of gab. You can't teach it. You cannot teach it.
Yeah, then you know what Kathy, your boss, was telling me yesterday.
Tyler has it.
Tyler has it. And then he's very social, and that's why I had said, I was like, even though he doesn't seem to be with this microphone sometimes, Ty is the social one out of our relationship. So he is the one that needs to go
everyone
out.
knows him. Yeah.
Everybody knows him. He needs to go talk about stuff. If they want to talk about fishing or their boats or whatever, he's got an answer. He can have a conversation, and he'll talk to anyone, even if they're an asshole. If they're an asshole, I'm not talking to them.
Yeah, that's the thing is, and I hate to say it, you do talk to a lot of assholes at a bar, but not anymore. You talk to the same percentage of assholes as you would out in the world. It's just that you have to talk to them.
Often.
You got it. Well, and it's accentuated by a couple drinks.
Right.
So
And
whatever barrier that asshole decides not to be like,
Right.
like today there was.
Today?
No, I mean, yeah, today I'm going to Publix after the gym. and I'm walking back, and I'm walking up the wrong way. I'm walking the right way up the lane with the line check. Some guy's coming up behind me the wrong direction, up to the parking lot there with the arrows. He's going against the arrows.
Oh, yeah.
And he beeps the horn. And I turn around. He's an old guy. I'm dressed in similar clothes to this, except shorts. And I turn around and look at him, and he goes, he puts his hands up. He goes like up in the air, like
what up?
What are you doing? And I'm like, I'm pointing to the arrow and stuff like that. He goes, move like that. So I walked out of the way, and he pulls up. He parks right next to my car. So I take extra long time. That guy, I took 5 minutes getting in my car. That guy did not get out of his car. You know, his assholeness didn't catch up with his age. Where he's got like, or it caught up with his age.
Caught up with his age.
Caught up with his age because, and you run into that where like, yeah, I'm a business asshole, but I was able to get away with it because I was good with my fist. Oh, I'm old now. I have arthritis. I'm not fucking John Wayne. Or George Foreman fighting until you're in your 50s and stuff like that. No, this guy was 70. He's sitting in the car and stuff like that. I'm looking over him and like this, waiting for him to get. He doesn't get out of the car. I wouldn't have said shit to him. Not that I'm a pussy and stuff. What am I going to do? Like you heard my theory about this. This is where the old man, if you're fit, this is where I got him on both things. If a young guy gets in a fight with me, if he beats me up, he beat up an older man. If I beat him up, an older man kicked the shit out of him. There's no winning. Either way, I'm smart enough to say protect myself legally, and he's probably going to get arrested anyway. I probably know if I kicked his shit, I probably wouldn't. No, I'd probably call the cops because I wouldn't want them to sue me for something. You know, I have to say he attacked me. Well, how come he's bleeding on the ground? He fell multiple times getting up. I was trying to help him.
Yeah.
Trying to help him, and he just kept on falling. But that's one of the things you're going to run into, assholes and stuff like that. And you know how to talk to him. That's the main thing.
He does. He's actually nice to people that I can't stand. And it irritates me. I'm like, why are you being nice to these people?
They're appreciated sometimes, too, because they go, oh, it's refreshing. I never have anybody. They're so abrasive. That's the way how they're the blunt instrument of getting what they want. You know, cutting in line.
Yeah.
What else do they do? Oh, if you're waiting, when there's gas, you think guys weren't around in 1976 77 during the gas shortages? Holy shit! Were people, I mean, I was 12, 13 years old, people would lose their shit when someone tried to cut in line when you're waiting in line for gas because they didn't have enough gas to go around.
I was born in 76.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Fucking happened.
And my mom had a country squire.
Mm-hmm.
The big blue station wagon with
the
wood on
rear
the side.
facing seat?
Yep.
So you fucking sit like backwards like a jerk
Heck
off,
yeah.
looking at everyone. You're watching the people in the car behind you pick their nose.
Yep.
Where are you people looking around? Look at the
Pretty
beautiful
awesome.
trees. And all that stuff. So all I see is this asshole picking his nose in front of me. You know what I mean? And you're staring at him, you're just looking. And if you're a wise ass kid, then yeah, you're flipping them off.
You're flipping them off.
Yeah, that was that Curb Your Enthusiasm episode.
Was it?
Yeah, Larry David got
David.
flipped off by kids, and it turned out it was this professional wrestlers' kids.
I would have been the kid in the back seat holding up a sign saying I got kidnapped or something of that nature.
Yeah, that totally would have been who.
Yeah, they had that, and they had that fucking window that just went down into the thing.
Yep, down into
looked
the
like
door.
If you really wanted to, if you had like a psycho kid that could jump out the back window under the hood of the next car. Right? If you got slammed, if they got slammed, there were no seatbelts there.
There was not.
And if you got slammed from behind, just inertia would drive you through, unless, I hope that was safety glass. Because safety glass,
I don't know if it really existed then.
no, safety glass did. It was Ralph
Tempered.
Nader passed that. Unsafe at any speed was the, I don't know if it was a book or a documentary, but it was in the 60s. And no, those cars, they were about fucking just vinyl seats, smooth vinyl seats, no seat belts, and you're sliding. Your father takes a tight turn, you fucking slide over like one of those total whirls. You're slide right over into one side.
I have to ask my brother, but he had a Cadillac station wagon. I don't remember what year it was. It was a rare
Cadillac station wagon.
A Cadillac station wagon, and it had that weird window, but it was all power. The whole car was power. And in fact, I was so tiny because I was in high school, and it was just this little teeny thing, 90 pounds maybe. And I would sit in his passenger seat, but if he hit a bump, the seatbelt buzzer would go off that I needed to put my seatbelt on. And I want to say it was a 72 maybe. I'd have to ask my big brother. And the leather seats were like old and like chipping.
Yeah.
And so like it would like pluck and like snag the back of my pantyhose. Yeah. And there was one time I was riding in the way back seat to face, out the back, up and down window. And my brother had to pull into it was called Champion Auto, I think, at the time, but it was like an Advanced Auto Parts. And he goes flying into the parking lot and slides around the corner with this giant Cadillac, and I'm in the back. I must have been maybe 14, 15. And he slides around the corner and the brakes didn't work, and he hit one of those big yellow poles right in front of all the parking spots.
The concrete poles?
And it was like, no, you know what it was? It was the garbage can. There was a huge metal garbage can right next to one of those poles, and he hit the garbage can, which slid and hit the building.
Yeah.
It didn't do anything, but inside the building, it must have been just this giant echo.
Bang.
And of course, my brother walks in. I flew from the very back of the car to the front seat, upside down. And my brother walked in, he was like, "What's up, motherfuckers?" He was like, "I just need a light bulb for his headlight."
Not anymore?
He didn't smash anything. The car was like...
No, my mom had a 68 Eldorado.
Yeah.
And that...
it was like a freaking
yeah,
derby
I mean, it would
car.
be hard for, like an armored car.
Yeah.
Like very thick gauge steel they used back then. They were heavy. And I had a friend, it was funny, his brother stuck, he had an old Cadillac, and I think they were down the Jersey Shore, and he was sunshining a girl. It had a sunroof.
What sunshining?
He stuck his dick out the window, and a brother put the power window up. He got it stuck. He put he slammed it. He actually bruised. He had to take him to the hospital. I think he broke a blood vessel maybe or something.
Oh, of course.
Because it's tight, even though it's not. It's not like a finger. I don't know exactly. I don't even like to think about it too much like that. Why would I guess the guy he may have not been flaccid at the time. There's no way you're going to stick,
a flaccid wiener.
At
that'd
a bunch
be like
of,
throwing a noodle out
at
the
girls.
window.
Those girls, you only sunshine girls. You flash. I mean, the only guys that do. Well, if you do with the guys, then it's unless you're about to go into battle with William Wallace, when they flash their kilts. Okay, we got away from Tyler training.
We really did.
How we did with the guy getting his penis stuck in the power window. But it wasn't like getting your penis stuck in a power window. Was it working with me?
Did you ever put your penis out of a window?
No, never.
Did you learn anything Monday night?
You mooned people.
I did.
What'd you learn?
I don't really know.
You learned that Jim is pretty much...
Jim's the same.
Jim is
inside
the
of
same.
Work, outside of work.
Yeah,
he's
I'm the same way. I say the same shit to people. I try to be, to my coworkers, I try to be as pleasant as possible. Sometimes they're not pleasant. And
Then you turn into smart ass, Jim.
Yeah, but they're not. Yeah.
But you're still pleasant when you do it, though.
Yes,
well, yeah, but
Jim
I like to be real pleasant to the people I work with. I like to have a great working relationship with people. I want them to know I'm there for them, and I want to and do that. And it's a team effort. I do. I want them to know that.
I'm not second guessing it. I'm just giggling because you are like the only male staff member on the front house of that restaurant.
Jerry's there now. No, and Sean and now Tyler.
We're right.
No,
But-
Tyler adds more testosterone to the thing. That's good.
He's bringing the testosterone.
We need it. No, we need it. We had
You
one
kinda do
dude.
need it.
One dude was there earlier, and he was funny. He was a young guy. He was like in his mid-20s, and was always telling me how to do shit. Yeah.
Oh, he was the smartest man in the world.
Yeah, he was. smart.
I've got
Okay,
a couple
that's
of those
fucking
at work. No, that's great.
That's good. No, he fired himself by missing a couple things at work, showing up drunk, and getting drunk while he's at work. Yeah. Listen, and you can drink at the end of the shift and stuff. Don't get too fucked up at the end of the night. Don't spoil it for everyone else. That's the main thing.
You're right.
But you know what? We can start the next show going on play-by-play, or you can talk about your experiences another time. But it's 45 minutes. I think we should get...
are we 45?
Yeah.
Jeez,
Let's play. Let's play the real music.
Wait. I want to say hi to my curly friend.
Curly friend?
My curly friend.
Amber?
Jennifer. Jennifer is from Minneapolis. Well,
Hi, Jennifer.
North from Hugo, I believe.
Yeah.
And I used to work with her in the dealerships years and years ago. And she posted something the other day about, does anybody have a non-political podcast that I could listen to? And I was like, how about Keys Bartender? I'm the co-host.
Oh, Jennifer, that's great.
So, Jennifer,
Can I tell you
hi,
what
Jennifer.
I feel about Trump, though, Jennifer? No, I'm just kidding. You have to watch it.
Anyway,
We're
she's
going
an
over.
amazing, she's a math nerd, and she's an equestrian, and she is a beautiful, beautiful soul.
We
and I
don't have
love
a
her
problem
face.
with your volume anymore.
And what,
You're perfect. You're perfect now. Now I can treat you like a normal
now,
person.
did
when
you
it comes.
just turn me down?
No, because
Oh.
it was getting red. It was
Oh.
going in a red line there. I go like this. Now you're perfect.
Oh,
Yeah, it's great.
woo!
So
Okay.
whatever level you
I'm
do, and
finally
Jennifer,
louder
thank
now.
you.
Yes.
You know what? There's plenty of political podcasts out there. There's plenty of true crime.
She wanted some funny, so
Funny,
I
I
told
hope
her
so.
to listen to us.
He's
Bartender, and I'm going to send her a message with the tag of this one.
And
to
hi,
see if we
Gloria. Hi,
Hi, Gloria.
Hi, Pat McGeehan. Hi, people of Philadelphia. Oh,
And Mike
Brazil. Brazil's listening.
Oh, Brazil.
Brazil. Some Far Eastern country. I got to try to remember.
Hi, Mike.
France.
and Matt.
Hi, fans in France. Brazil. There's 2 cities in Brazil. I think they're friends on Twitter or followers on Twitter. I mean,
Hey,
I guess.
we would love to come
they
in-
got to be a lot of
And
Portuguese.
are we still hosting from the lower left hand of the United States? Or
It's
are we
when you're
fixed that now?
facing it. If you're facing it, you're right. It's the lower. It is the lower left. If I was the United States,
If you were laying down looking into the sky,
If I'm the United States, where's Florida?
lower right.
Where I am. Well, you're right.
If you are
No.
Jim
Wait.
is having a hard time with his rights and lefts. Anyway, Mike and
shit,
Matt,
I'm left, right. Confused.
We miss
yes,
you.
You're right.
love you.
From the south, and once again.
Oh, and hi, Alyssa. Thank you for always
Alyssa, thank
entertaining
you.
us.
And remember, you really like the show. Leave us a review on whatever platform you listen to us on. Especially if you listen on iTunes, leave one on iTunes. There's a
Yes.
lot of people who listen on iTunes. We need you to leave a review. That's all you have to do. Nothing's going to change for us in the next couple of things, except the quality of the sound will be better and the commercials will be a little more professional.
Yes.
I don't know.
But leave a good review. iTunes, Spreaker,
Spreaker.
any of the iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
You know,
Tune
any
in.
avenue.
Outcast, Downcast. I think one's Downcast. It sounds kind of a downer name to have. I don't want to say shit about that. I shouldn't say shit. And what else? Spotify. Spotify. It's a big one. It's a up and comer. Spotify's going to be huge.
Huge.
It's going to be huge.
So
Like I
I wish
used
I
to
could
tell
record
girls,
what Jim's
wait
doing
till
right
later
now."
on tonight. You're going to see something huge.
Our kids use Spotify more than anything.
Yeah, I use Spotify for. I know. I'm thinking about changing the show to Old Keys Bartender because I realize I'm self-aware. I realize most of the listeners are generally much younger than I am.
You know what though? FG is 71, and she.
No. What I'm saying,
and-
it works
and
both ways.
she's
Because
doing
we could
good
talk. It could
with her
mean Old
iTunes.
Keys, comma bartender, not the Old Keys Bartender.
You gotta have.
Just like I don't call myself the Keys Bartender.
You would
The
have
Keys
to.
Bartender. Because now,
A
Tyler.
comma. A comma means
You're
a lot.
hired as a bartender. You are a Keys bartender.
In a way.
Well, you live in the Keys.
And you're a
You're
bartender.
hired as a bartender. You made a drink. You made more than one drink. You made a Bloody Mary.
Well, I
You
make
made a
those
vodka
at home all the
tonic.
time.
Yeah. Just for yourself.
Yeah.
You made tons of drinks for yourself. You just have to apply it to someone else. Generally, you just want to put a little less liquor than you put in for yourself because everyone's
Darn
their
it.
own worst bartender. And that's it for the Keys Bartender. This episode, we'll get right back to you. 50 minutes.
We will talk to you soon. Put your dick out the window.
Yeah, dick out the window got stuck.
Oh,
You want to
God.
stop broadcasting? Yes.